Dragon Shield sleeves are only $7.99 on flipsidegaming.com right now. And if you use the promo code CGB at checkout, you will save 10% and support the channel at the same time. So remember to use the promo code CGB. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and it's time for the green color challenge. I expected mono green to be a challenge because there are so many threats these days that demand interaction that green just doesn't provide. So I wanted to build a deck that just went way over the top of all that and did ridiculous things. Gained crazy card advantage, gained crazy life, made a ridiculous board presence, and I think I found the deck to do it. So this deck is an Explorer deck, as you see, with the Jadelight Wildgrowth Branch Walker package, but it also has 3 Path of Discovery, so you get an Explorer of every creature you play, at which point the card Biogenic Ooze can really take over. Exploring every time you play an Ooze can create tremendous amount of mana advantage. If you have a Wildgrowth Walker, a tremendous amount of life advantage, a huge amount of creatures, and the more mana you get off your Path of Discoveries and the bigger your Oozes get, the more oozes you make and the bigger they get, and so forth. So it's quite a wild ride that I really enjoyed and was surprised at how good it was at going over the top of other mid-range players. Our only thing close to interaction is Vivian Reed, which can shoot down an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying, or she can be an engine all herself, making sure that we get our creatures more. And we have 4 Wildgrowth Walkers and a Diamond Mare to gain life, to ignore flyers and ignore red mages and just work on our battlefield. Beast Whisperer and Path of Discovery are the draw engines along with Vivian, while Adventurous Impulse makes it more likely for us to have a Wildgrowth Walker and an Explorer creature, or an Ooze when we want one. Same with the Memorial to Unity. Other than that, Mana Elves make sure that we have a lot of mana to do things faster than our opponents. And that's about all she wrote for the deck. It's very straightforward, but can produce insane board states. And it's a lot of fun. I was pretty amazed that I got to 7 wins, 2 losses off it, beating all manner of nonsense along the way. And I look forward to playing it in some games here today. The opening hand has 2 Elves, a Beast Whisperer, 2 Adventurous Impulse that are mystery cards, and 2 lands. It's a nice little set of cards. We can probably get a Beast Whisperer early, and from there it's all about what's on the impulse. We don't have a Wildgrowth Walker or an Ooze, so our key cards are missing, but maybe we'll find them. Let's go for it. Gruul Guildgate for the opponent. The Gates deck and its Gates Ablazes. Not really what we want to run into, if I'm being honest. Oh yeah, here we go. So, let's lead with an Impulse, because the best thing we can do against them is find a Wildgrowth Walker and explore the hell out of it so it's too big for Gates Ablaze. The annoying thing here is we can have the Wildgrowth Walker, but no Explore card yet. Maybe we can find it next turn, though. Staying ahead of the Gates Ablaze will require that we explore next turn, which means we're probably untapping and trying to Adventurous Impulse for a Jadelight Ranger or a Branch Walker. Here's the Ram. We're going to have to also get bigger than the Ram. There is a Jadelight Ranger. Lucky me. I guess I could even if I did reveal a Memorial, would I play it? No. So, let's go. I said Memorial. Isn't it Monument? Monument to Glory or Folly or whatever. Yeah. More of these. More of these. I guess so. We need more Explore cards. And this gets us closer to Explore cards quicker. And Llanowar Elves. We could have also impulsed that turn. If I was going to do that, I need to do it before I played the Jadelight Ranger. Well, it is a 5/5. It is a big boy. If it attacks, I might just block with the Elf and the Ranger. They're not getting a lot better. And they do die very easily to Gates Ablaze, but there's no attack. Alright. Let's see what happens if we have an Impulse. We find a Branchy. So we can play Branchy and keep growing our Walker, but our opponent didn't play a Gate last turn, so currently blowing this up wouldn't kill it. So I think I like getting my Beast Whisperer down. Hopefully they don't ablaze it. Well, but if we're going to do that, let's impulse first anyway, and we might find something else. More Whispers. And another Wild Growth Walker, I might add. I think having the Whispers ready to go is a good move. And now that the opponent's seen one, maybe they'll use it and then we can follow with another Whisperer. But if they don't have a Blaze right here or a way to kill the Whisperer, we get cards. Cards are really good, you guys. Don't know if you knew. Just playing a green deck that draws a whole bunch of cards seems so wrong. Twisted and wrong. Alright, Root is also not a Gates Ablaze. We just live our life in terrible fear of that card, so we have to pile up a whole bunch of cards in our hand before it happens, and try to explore the hell out of this Walker so it's so big nothing can touch it. Hydroid Crassus is a big problem. Let's just hope that doesn't happen, shall we? Alright, Beast Whisperer number 2, drawing cards. Then we gotta get our Explorer on. And hope our opponent isn't able to go gate into the Blaze. Hold on to your butts. All right, they missed the gate drop. So that is all spells, but who knows what they are. There is a Blaze. Wipes out the Beast Whisperer train, makes sense. No blocks. I'm reliant on this giant walker to do my work, so it has to stay. Rangers, show me the way. Yes! That's what I'm talking about right there. And again, please. All right, 8-10, attack. Serve him up some beats. The Arcway Angel is also a real pain in the butt, as it can repair all that life. Let's hope that just doesn't happen. Oh no! Oh no! God, no! Not like this. Well, I think that's game, friends. Entrancing Melody? Who does that? In the main? In the gate deck? I guess some people do, but I'm just overhyping it for the drama of the moment. Yeah, well, here's my Druid of the Cowl. Oh no. Yeah, I'm keeping my Druid at least for one more turn. Hoisted by my own giant pile of fungus. Okay. Well, we drew another one. That's a thing. I guess we need that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. It's probably better to keep that than a random card. It's more likely to find more creatures. We need Ooze. And the opponent to be out of stuff to do. Alright, back to 22. Trying to hang in there. If we can build up another Wild Growth Walker, and if the opponent doesn't have anything, but I bet they do. I bet they have something. Another Root. The Root is on fire. They're all coming for me. All right, chump block this biggie. Take 8 frickin' teen. Down to 4. I don't know that anything necessarily saves me. Maybe another Wild Growth Walker, but let's get started trying to find it. You animal. You animal. Negate still the best gate. The power gate of Gate Tribal. All right. It looks like we would have whiffed off that impulse unless I'm looking at the order wrong. Oh, it's right there. So close, but so far. And this isn't big enough to survive, which means I have to chump it away and take 10. Yep, I'm dead. I'm dead, team. It's over. It's over. Back broken. Melody entranced. Ugh, my heart. Being on the draw again is very sad. It's very, very sad. But, despite being slow, this hand has the things we need. So, we're going to need our opponent to give us a break. I don't think there will be a break to be had. Alright. Probably a turn 4 kill in the works. Before I even get my walk on. So I turn to Druid of the Cowl, probably the highest upside. If it doesn't die, which it's going to die, let's be clear. Then the next turn is probably, well, it depends. If we draw a land, we'll play a Wild Growth Walker. If we don't draw a land, we'll have to really think about our play. So we'll figure it out. If the Druid is dead, though, it's going to be like, do we explore to make sure we have a land for the next turn, or what? Lava Coil. It's good. Red has 2 lands. Red is happy. They even have Lava Coil in their deck. That is the play. Just try to keep putting things between me and this pile. Why don't you take a turn and just play something else? Just, you know, cast a Chain Whirler, cast a Runaway Steamkin. Don't cast a Wizard's Lightning or a Fanatical Shock. Try that. Nope. We're just gonna Pyromance. Okay, come on, land. Off the top. Treat me well. Yeah, deck. Yeah, you get it. You get it, deck. You get me. You understand. I have to graveyard you. I don't have the mana. And it's not that good against red anyway, except for Experimental Frenzy, which, if that happens, oops. 4 mana. That's not a Frenzy. Okay. It's a Spewer of Spears. And a Firebrand. All right. All your little nerds are on the battlefield. Path of Discovery. Now every time we play a creature, we get an Explore trigger. Are you ready for this red deck? I don't think you're ready for this. Wildgrowth's body's so bootylicious. I think they're debating a concession. Oh man, you got 1 turn, make it count, and they don't know about the other Wildgrowth Walker. If you want to see a red deck in pain, Biogenic Ooze plus Wildgrowth Walker. Just making oozes every turn. Exploring every time. The card off the top. Spears are spewed. Are we lighting stages? Are we skewering critics? Are we... Detention. We get to Lava Runner. Alright. And passing the turn, prepare for pain. This is a very quick and easy decision. I'll expect to scoop any second. Red mages usually don't want to sit this stuff out. I don't personally enjoy it myself when I'm on the other end. I understand. Show me my life. This is your life, red deck. It's ending 1 rope timer at a time. So every time we play a creature, we get an Explore trigger. Every single creature we play gets an Explore trigger for the Walker. An Explore creature has 2 Explore triggers. We were about to go to like 1,000,000. Our hand does not have a Wildgrowth Walker. Other than that, though, it's the kind of hand we want. It has the potential for a turn 3 ooze. We are on the draw. And that is always annoying, but here we go. Hello to you, scum of the earth on blue. Just kidding, of course. I like blue myself. But sometimes you just gotta trash talk your enemy. Opt keep in the top, 2 blue mana. If it's this deck, that is a really tough matchup if we don't get power on the board. So, if the opponent goes for like Curious Obsession or Tempest next turn and we resolve an Ooze, we're not out of it. So I'll go for the Druid of the Cowl. And I'm not attacking with my Llanowar Elf because a dive down on the Storm Tamer would eat the Llanowar Elf and I would not have my Ooze for next turn. We could also draw into Wild Growth Walker and be able to explore the same turn that we play it, go nuts. The real question is, does our opponent hold up Counterspell Shields this early in the game? And if they do, we've got to play much differently. What's the play? Chart a Course, 2 cards. Okay, Ooze is coming down, friends. Oh, but we could be exploring. Nah, we're going straight to the Ooze. There is no question we're going straight to the Ooze, straight to the power toughness on the battlefield. We have to go Ooze here. Biogenic Ooze. When it enters the battlefield, 2/2 green Ooze token. At the beginning of your end step, put a counter on each Ooze you control. 4 mana, make a 2/2 green Ooze creature token. Mythic, freaking rare. We got a reader. Our opponent clicked on that one. Like, what happens now? Do I attack? Yeah, okay. I mean, the blue deck is sometimes labeled as aggro. Look at all that open mana. So Merfolk Trickstering, I guess? It would take 2 Tricksters to gang up on the Ooze. But still, I don't have to take that chance. I can just... Well, wait. If they... So say they gang up on the Ooze. I can play, like, Wild Growth Walker. I can play Jadelight Ranger. I'm still way ahead. And I ate 2 Tricksters. But still, I don't have to do that. So why should I, right? Let's just keep this Ooze out of combat for a hot minute. I'm going to send the Druid of the Cowl because the Trickster can't really gang up on that. Alright, nothing. Oh, there it is. It's a late Trickster. It's going to try to shut down the Ooze. I could make a token in response. And it looks like I am going to have mana at the end of my turn. This is going to lose the ability to put a counter on each Ooze. So I could save it. Or I could go for Wild Growth Jadelight Ranger. You probably have a counter for that anyway. I think I'm better off just making the Ooze. Not giving them a way to use their counterspell mana. And if they were going to make that play, they could have done it in time to block the Druid of the Cowl to take 1 less damage. We got another reader. Oh dear, what do we do? How does a blue deck overcome the Ooze? It may have made it to #1 Mythic in the hands of pro Alexander Hayne, but it hasn't faced the Ooze today. Alright, so I can take this damage, because what I want to focus on is clocking my opponent. I do not want to trade off my 2/2 Ooze token. Alright, here we go. Well, if our opponent played Trickster last turn, I think we're safe to attack with a lot of stuff this turn. Alright, it's another Trickster. This one will tap down the Ooze again, just trying to shut that party down. Attack-wise, let's send the 3/3. And we could send this if we're not going to use it. I guess I can go for... Well, we have 7 mana. I can make an Ooze and play a Jadelight Ranger. That's fine. So we'll go with 1 attacker. I don't want to trade with these because eventually the Ooze overpowers it. So the opponent, do I let them play their counter spells here? I'm going to lead out with a Jadelight. I'm not that worried about Wild Growth Walker until I tap them out or run stuff out of their hand, that's when I want to hit them with Jade Light Wildgrowth Walker. So there's the retort. Not surprised. And we will end the turn. And now this gets its ability back, so we get to make an ooze very soon. But the Druid can block a Merfolk Trickster. Our opponent up to 6 lands, 3 cards still in the hand. Not winning this race. Block your Trickster, take 3. I'm trying not to give them anything to Spell Pierce. I'm not trying to interact with their creatures, so their dive downs don't do anything. More ooze, please. Now, let's see how many Tricksters can you draw. Oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not quite there. Trickster City. Wow. Impressive. Most impressive. All right, tap that down. I'm actually not going to attack here because I think I'm going to win this game if I take a little while longer. Like, the opponent could chump here. I guess that would put them on like a 1-turn clock and I can make more oozes. Maybe I am going to attack. Still, like, sleep is how I lose, right? That's the card I haven't thought of. Yeah, let's turn up the heat. Let's turn up the heat. All right, so will there be a dive down here, protecting? No. All right, so those cards might still be counter spells. Let's go for a Llanowar Elf and see what happens. All right, end turn. Opponent says, good game. Turn 3 ooze too much. And that will wrap it up. Lots of elves, Impulse, and Jade Light. Could find a Wildgrowth Walker or an ooze. Either one would be amazing. So I'll keep the hand and I'll be on the play for, I think, the first time today. On the play with Llanowar Elves. The world is your oyster. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. This should have an animation. I know it's just a little, like, 1 mana, 1/1 common, or uncommon, I guess, but I feel like it should come out and, like, show off its cool swords. All right, let's get this stuff down. More mana, better mana. Then next turn, it's probably Beast Whisper and an Impulse. And if we found a Wildgrowth Walker, then it would just be crazy. The opponent leading on an Ajani's Welcome. Yep, we can expect a Pridemate type deck. Our deck is similar, except Wildgrowth Walker is better. Ooh. I could just slam Vivian Reed. She also might just die to this Pridemate if the opponent has a lot of things to play, but I don't think so. Let's go for it. That's a really quick Vivian Reed can bury opponents.
See what's left of Scala?
No, I don't want to see what's left of Scala particularly. I'm going to take the untapped forest so I can cash in the Impulse now. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Get all that to the bottom, please. Holy cow. We were going to be in a mana glut. So let's see how big our opponent can make the Pridemate. If they have 2 creatures, they would need like 3 1/1 creatures to have a 6/6, or they need 2 creatures, one of them being a Vanguard, Leonin Vanguard, to have a 6/6 Pridemate to kill the Vivian. And I didn't think that they had it, so we put it on them to make that happen, and it didn't. Inspiring Cleric plus Pridemate plus Welcome. It's partly intro deck, and sometimes it's tech to battle the red decks, so. Either way, Very defensible.
Squirrels hit harder.
This is no squirrel. Let's go ahead and find more stuff.
Stop nature.
We already have a land, and it's hard to get too many Beast Whisperers. Card's a beast. All right. Play a Jade Light, draw a card. Trade there, but no chump blocker. So I think I'd rather have Merfolk Branchwalker. There's Wild Growth. Here we go. Sure. And it's getting crazy in here already. I wonder if I let Vivian die to keep my Beast Whisperer. Vivian gets a card each turn with selection, but can be easily attacked, whereas Beast Whisperer has to be removed and can draw multiple cards a turn. But Vivian has this game-ending ultimate. She can also be hit by Ixalan's Binding, Conclave, Tribunal, and everything else. But so can Beast Whisperer. Beast Whisperer being hit by Binding, though, would be pretty tragic. Uh-oh. I get no choice. Oh, we're gonna have a game. We're gonna have a game. Lifelink growing a Johnny's Pridemate versus everything our board can put together.
Let's do this again.
Oh, let's do this again. So we have to find another Vivian Reed to deal with that as soon as possible. All right, I'm going for double Beast Whisperer nonsense before it gets Ixalan's Bindinged. And then, yep, I'll get you out there. Draw 2. Oh yeah, if I untap with that Wild Growth Walker, it's gonna be nuts. And let's throw a Branchy at you. Would I have anything though that I want to block the Cleric with if that attacked? No, but I can just take the damage because I'm going to gain a lot of life, right? Well, this is going to be a lot of damage. Yeah, life total, mostly irrelevant until this thing dies. So, like, adding that pressure doesn't do enough for me. We're going to be on 9 mana. That's triple Jade Light Ranger next turn. That's draw 6 cards, explore 6 times. Oh boy, but that Pridemate. So both of us have our engines. Both of us are going nuts. Both of us are doing it, but mine draws more cards. In theory, I should be able to get out of this. When you have 2 engines and one draws cards and the other just grows turn after turn, the one that draws cards should be able to win if they have anything in their deck. Now, we will need another Vivian Reed, and I feel like I put one on the bottom. I feel like one of these bottoms is a Vivian Reed. So this might get crazy. Oh god, the ooze. The ooze. All right, line them up, knock them down. Let's do this. Should I just be graveyarding until I find the other Vivian Reed? There is some risk I deck myself eventually, but yeah, we'll take that chance, right? Another card that I would keep on top is Path of Discovery, just to make everything explore. Then the opponent can't possibly keep up with me. There's some more ooze. We're going to be oozing insanely. There's a Memorial. There's a Path. Okay, I'll keep you. Next turn, Path Ooze is going to be pretty wild. Oh, board states in decks without removal. The stuff dreams are made of. I'll keep that. That's also going to make us really hard to beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we went up to 26. We're taking 11. Our opponent has an 11/11 lifelinker, so we can't attack. Believe it or not. I will drop a basic forest off. Eventually, when our deck gets like under 20 cards, we might just start attacking with Beast Whisperers because we don't want to draw that many cards anymore. You have to start doing it sooner than you think you do too, so maybe it should be even sooner than that. Cage. Despite all the Wild Growth Walker's rage, it is still just a rat in a cage. Take 12 lifelink in the air? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Ow. Opponent at a mere 60. No problem. Path of Discovery. Another Path of Discovery. The madness. Stop the madness. Another Ooze. It's hard to ever turn down Ooze, even though we already have two and I'm not playing them. We could play the other path, but we're at 17. This could get there, so we need more life this turn. And if we need more life, and we have 3, possibly 4 mana, let's start with the Llanowar Elf, which is going to hit an Explore trigger. 27. Get those lands off the top, hit those Explore triggers. Let's go ahead and Druid number 2. More life, please. Yes, 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 indeed. I will take that. In fact, I'll go ahead and use this Impulse to get it into my hand now. It also moves the bottom closer to the top if the Vivien is down there. So do we have enough cards? I feel like we have enough cards, but I don't want to give my opponent the life by throwing these in there. No, there really are no good attacks until I find the Vivien Reed. All right, 3 cards down. I'm not going to want you. I'm not going to want you, and no, I don't need you. Back up to 23, about to take another beating from a massive Pride Mate. Eventually, we should have 1,000,000 mana. We'll play 1,000,000 Oozes. The battlefield would go completely berserk. The opponent should be running low on gas, but who knows? Our opponents, they often are very resilient. No! Lost my connection to the server. Drama. Suspense. What are these sounds? What is happening? Okay, we're back. And going to 8 versus Ultra Mega Pride Mate. All right, second path. This is going to be a whack turn, yo. 22 cards in the deck. Come on. Where are you, Vivien? Where are you at, girl? What do we have left? 7? So I can play the Branch Walker and try to find Vivien with it? Graveyard you. All right. Branchy, get me a Vivi. I needs it. There's a Walker. There's a Jade Light. 16 cards left. Another Ooze. I can't. Guess I gotta bin you. Do I have one more? Trigger? Oh. I gave it the Jade Light Ranger treatment. Alright. This is getting really scary. So I'm going to have to start attacking with my Beast Whisperers, I think. Or I get Ooze on the battlefield and get that going, because that's a way that I can make creatures and keep exploring without milling myself. But yeah, let's see what happens if I just send in the Beast Whisperers, so I have some time. Brah. The opponent's confused. If they see the line that I might deck myself, they should take it. So where is Vivien? It's either in this group right here or this group right here, and there is one more, which has to be in like the top 4 cards. They are tanking on this decision. All right, bring out the Ooze. Diamond Mare, Druid of the Cowl. Vivien's so shy. I mean, I can't deck, so I have to just keep putting them back on top. I know I'm being bipolar. I just get in my head, I gotta do this, and then I gotta do this, and it's hard. Bear with me. Power up. All the Explorer. Up to 62 life. Counters on everything. Discard 3 cards. I guess creatures I don't want to cast should be the first things I discard. Now that we're in this spot. I could upkeep, make Oozes until I see Vivien. Let's see. An ooze gets 2 explore creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 14. So I can make 2 oozes, explore the hell out of my deck, set a Vivian on top, and get this thing off the battlefield. That might be crucial, and maybe I shouldn't have kept the Branch Walker. Here we go. Think the opponent's like... Do you think the opponent's thinking, I want to do what that deck does? And yet, we've got so far to go. All right, upkeep, make an ooze. Graveyard it. Resolve those things. This is the problem with putting the stop on it. Puts everything in full control. Library, you win. You win. You are there. May I go to my main? Nope. Okay. There we go. Go, Vivian, go. Destroy.
Let's tear this place apart. Sometimes restoration means retribution.
Okay. Is the last card settle the wreckage team? Can we beat it if it is? So I think I'm going for a second ooze. And, oh, the scoop. No bluff. You're at 91. All right. All right. Well, we're on the play, which is nice. We have Adventurous Impulse to try to hit our second land, so I'll try this hand. And we'll see what the gods of Magic think of me when we roll the dice with this Impulse. Or I think we will. There we go. It's too bad to have to bottom a Walker, though, to take that forest when we have a hand with so much Explore potential. Hopefully we can find another. All right, mana creatures first, explore creatures after is usually my strategy. Double Meandering River. What nonsense is coming for us now? I could try to hit my land drop, but I think just dropping the mana Dorks is fine. Discovery. What are we up against? Might be like a Primal Amulet deck. Lyra. Esper midrange with bad lands? I don't know. Seems like it might be that. Seems like it could be that. All right, we found a Walker. We're going to light it up with Jade Light Ranger as well. And I'm going to graveyard you because I really just want to find more land, but it's hard to turn down another Jade Light Ranger. There is some risk of a Kaya's Wrath here. That would be very tragic. Opponent is a tap land master, and they have a Deputy of Detention, so no Kaya's Wrath. Whew. I bet you wanted to take those Druids of the Cowl. I think this is a good turn to resolve Path of Discovery. Just to get a little more off of every creature we play from now on, unless the opponent blows it up. Something's getting taken hostage. What is it? Alright, you want my Jade Light Ranger. So it's the take all your stuff thingies. Fun. So much fun. Let's start with an Impulse. Elves are good. We can play that next turn with the Beast Whisperer, but we could also hit Beast Whisperer and Explore and hit an Elf here. I just don't want to play this for no value. It's a little risky. Let's go for the Jade Light. Graveyard that. Land? Do I have land in my deck? Anybody? Okay, we got one. We got one, team. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next turn we can play this and this, so I may as well play this. All of our 4-ofs are definitely at risk of Deputy of Detention, by the way. Deputy of Detention is pretty scary when you have all 4-ofs in your deck. It can also really clean up our ooze shenanigans, which would be quite tragic. Our opponent plays Jade Light Ranger. At least they're missing a Lyra right now. Let's hope they don't have a Thought Erasure here. Mortify, that is good. It can take out the Path of Discovery. Shut down that value machine. Okay. First trick first, probably throwing this Ranger away, but we gotta get through our opponent's junk somehow. So tragic to run into your own friend. Ranger on Ranger crime. Alright, come on, Beast Whisperer. Need a whole bunch of value here. Library. Go, Branchy, go. Alright, another forest, good. We don't want too many, but another one is pretty good. Oh yeah, we can do more of that. More Beast Whisperers is not bad. I love getting to explore and then draw it right away by playing another creature with Beast Whisperer out. Feels perfect. Oh my goodness. It's gonna get crazy up in here. The Mortify, what does the Mortify do? Probably kills the Beast Whisperer. Unless there's something else in the opponent's hand to remove the creature. I mean, how can you really go after Path of Discovery when you see 2 oozes and a Beast Whisperer and another Beast Whisperer? And sure enough, down that goes. All right, I think the play is going to be Whisperer Ooze. So let's attack with the Branchies. See if the opponent wants to do anything about that. Probably an easy block with Hostage Taker. Hostage Taker already got her money. Deputy, I don't think wants to give us back a Wild Growth Walker ever. All right, let's go. To anybody out there, I know that budgetary concerns are a thing, and I'm not trying to make light of that or put our opponent down, but it's really hard to play a deck like Esper Midrange, a 3-color deck that has all these neat cards on curve without the right land. Our opponent must have done okay for themselves. I think, what am I, 3-2? And they're probably around that number as well. But it's just really hard to do without the lands, and I feel for my opponent. Because I'm sure they really want to play the deck, and playing here in these events is the best way to acquire cards and build up gold so that they can get the lands. At the same time, they're kind of stuck with a deck that's going to be playing well off curve. I saw a really great tweet the other day. I wish I could credit it properly. But it was a content creator on Twitch, I know that, who said, it was a poll, it's like, would you enjoy buying, on MTG Arena, if you could, how much would you pay for basically an item in the store that gave you all of the land, all of the rare dual lands?
No one said restoration was painless.
And there was a lot of suggestion of budget pricing. You could put that that group of cards at, so that you could just buy up your land. And I thought that was a great idea, because it is way too frustrating to try to open them all, and it feels way too bad trying to craft them all. So I really liked that idea. If there was just an item in the store that you could purchase and it would give you all the rare lands. Or you could build up your gems or gold and spend that on it too. That would be nice as well. So what do you guys think in comments? Does that sound amazing or what? Let wizards know your thoughts. Make Reddit posts. Blow up the internet. Please don't have a Kaya's Wrath here. It wouldn't be the worst thing, because I still have Vivian Reed, and this board just got crazy. They still have Kaya's Wrath mana. They're digging. They're digging. It would be weird to have a Kaya's Wrath in that deck, but it happens. Opponent's a sport. They good gamed us. Is it a Settle the Wreckage? Let's go find out, shall we? Hiya. Oh, okay, it's a Vraska's Contempt. It's a Vraska's Contempt. I was like, if that is a Settle the Wreckage, our opponent is no longer a good sport, and I never feel bad for them again. They did a good job, though, making us kind of play around Settle, but then having Vraska's Contempt to hopefully survive, but I mathed it, and I played around Contempt and Settle. All right, green and green, Impulse, Walker, maybe some Oozings. Let's roll. I'm even on the play. So I could take the Jade Light Ranger and just hope to draw the land and go crazy with a Walker. I get what? Draw, Branchy, draw, and draw. Like 3 more draws at a land. But with 2 Oozes in my hand, that feels really greedy. Like so greedy. Greed is good. Greed is good. That's a tough choice. That's a tough choice. White mana. Hey, greed pays off. Green, white, tokens. Oh, I think we can have a really fun game with tokens. I think we actually go bigger than they go. Yeah, land. Sweet. Got totally lucky. Didn't take that land. Not only was I not punished, but I would have been flooded if I'd been taking that land. Here comes history. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, team. Alright, Branchy. Why not? Send some pain. Let's play another land and a druid. Can throw up a block in the next turn. An oozling will spawn, or whatever it is that the Nox stream emote thing says. Lots of ooze will spawn. Like a silly amount. Well, they left mana open. This might be March of the Multitudes trying to go super big. But I want the ooze. Oh my gosh, what a game we're going to have. I guess it depends how many times the opponent can anthem up those tokens. No attacks anymore, though. Now we're on defense. Because the opponent can do, like, March of the Multitudes, Anthem, nonsense, etc. Here they come. So many tokens. History of Benalia going off. Our opponent's still with a lot of cards in their hands, so do we. Oh my. Everybody in there. Alright, Pride of the Conquerors. So, against Pride, we don't want to lose this ooze, but I'll lose the other ooze. I want to block the small tokens. Nothing should block the Knights then. So I'm going to block Amara to make sure that dies. You can block a token. Jade Light can chump away a Knight since it's going to die anyway. And we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and we're at 29. Seems safe. Block. And this is a spot where if the opponent doesn't use Pride, it's like pretty bad. Okay, Inspired Charge is very similar. The effect is, I think, the same. Except the opponent loses 1 more token. But good on them. They went for it. Let's really get them back. No attacks. Inspired Charge. I mean, I would say budget tokens, but I see a rare land, I see Mythic March, I see Amara, and I see History. I see multiple histories. So I don't know how Inspired Charge sneaks in there over Pride, but I guess uncommon wildcard bottleneck is the answer. Anyway, more ooze. How much ooze do you want? I'm just going to keep all my blockers available, like I said. Super conservative here as our oozes grow out of control. You're gonna need to make your critters pretty big to survive their next folly with my swarm of biogenic oozies. And they say go. Makes sense. All right. I want to move mana forward, and it's good to get an Explore trigger as well. So we'll play a Branch Walker, but then we're basically devoting to also making an ooze every single turn since they grow at a better clip than the rest of my cards. So we can play this. Let's go ahead and do an Impulse. We still have 4 mana available thanks to Druid of the Cowl. There's a Beast Whisperer. Do I need that to draw cards? It can't hurt. Can't hurt to have another outlet. Then we activate one of our oozes. And I still think that the size could be better, so no attacks. The opponent may well have another March and another Charge, which gets scarier every time. Spore Swarm. Okay. So some kind of a budgety token thing. Legion's Landing makes a token. What else have you got? All right. So we have to start applying pressure here very soon. I think that getting out the Walker and exploring with it to protect our life total is now a pretty good move. Another Whisperer? I don't need that. I don't want a deck. The game wants me to deck. That's what I'm getting from this. Opponent has to click through all this nonsense. Okay. Well. I could send like this right now. I mean, they can block it with a whole bunch of lifelinkers, but whatever. And we'll send a 10/10. Let's just send like this. Just test the waters a little bit. Okay. Play another Druid. Maybe the opponent is building up for another massive attack. Ooze. So much ooze. Now we have enough to make 2 oozes a turn. Which is adding a silly amount of power and toughness to the board. The opponent with no end-step March. What is going on? All these bodies, not doing much with them. I have to be mindful of Settle the Wreckage, as usual against white decks, until the day it rotates. Third history? Is that real? Yeah, loving on the history. All right. Well, they didn't attack last turn. Let's keep sending these because they trade with whatever wants to block them, and send a few huge oozes too. Just force some blocks. Okay. Start taking some tokens off the board. I like it. Let's make some more Uzis. And on end step, pump it up. We also casually have the 17-17, 16-16, and 14-14 hanging out. That I'm like refusing to put in the red zone because of cards like Seal Away and Settle the Wreckage. All right, well, our opponent tapped out. That that might mean I hit them very hard. They're at 10? I think I can force a ridiculous amount of blocks here. Probably not you. Yep, all of these. Let's get them. You're going to have to block to stay alive now. A lot. Which is going to pretty much decimate the board. The Knight tokens made from Cavalier do get pumped by the history, which is something. Yep, there's the tokens. Now a Knight token jumping in front. Still taking 10, but lifelink will leave you at 3. Looks about right. The math is for blockers meme has never been more true. Oh, Cavalier's out. Careful, that's lethal. I guess you have 3 timeouts, so you have plenty of time to work on this if you wish. Careful though, you're leaving a lethal strike on the board right now. What are you thinking is the right way to do this? I think they goofed. I think they had perfectly fine blocks and they goofed. Let's see. Yep, they did. Oh, never mind. See, this is why math is for blockers. Because I suck at it. All right, let's make some more stuff. Say go, pump all the oozes. Can the opponent have the comeback of the year here? They have a whole bunch of 4/3 knights. They say good game. What does it mean? All right, let's make some blocks. And I'm just going to block everywhere just in case. I'm going to do all the blocking I can do. Yep. What else you got? Okay. Do you have me? I don't think so. You ain't got me. Okay, and out of there. Well, that's all the time I have for today. We're going to leave it at 5 wins, which we put in 500 gold. We're getting back 600 gold and 3 cards. At least 1 will be a rare, 2 will be uncommons, and they might get upgraded. So that's a good use of gold, and it got us where we need to be for expanding our collection. Thank you for watching the video. As always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Mana necklaces have arrived at hauntedflower.com. These necklaces are a great way to show your favorite MTG colors. Remember to use the promo code CGB at checkout to save 10%. That is promo code CGB on hauntedflower.com.